So, back with part 4. Let's continue here. All right. Reading out of this. So, again, all right. Let's continue reading here from page 66. All right. Again, Gazetteer of the Old and New Testament, which is added the Natural History of the Bible. All right. It's a big book. It's by William Fleming. All right. New World received its population by asthmatic migration. Bartholomew de las Casas was a Dominican Spaniard and bishop of Chespiar. His work on New Spain was never published, but it is certain that he was so much struck with the appearance of the Mexicans and other Indian tribes, see that? Whom he took to be real Hebrews. I repeat, real Hebrews. All right? Bernard de la Sunga, a Franciscan Spaniard who resided 60 years among the Indians, composed a universal dictionary of the Mexican language in 12 volumes. Says that he found it to be a generally received tradition among the nations, confirmed by the testimony of their historical paintings, and that a colony had arrived long before the Christian era, before the Edomites, all right, before the white man, okay, on the coast of America, from a region, all right, situated to the northeast called Chico Mastoko, first touching on the shores of Florida. And it certainly is remarkable that Montezuma, in his speech, and we're gonna see more of Montezuma. We're gonna read about that out of the Ronald Sanders book. All right, Promised Lands. We'll get to that in a little bit here. All right, give me a few more minutes. All right, we got to go through some books here. All right, in his speech to celebrate Cortez, expressly declared that his ancestors were from the East. All right? In other words, the Eastern Hemisphere people. All right? That he was an Israelite. You understand? All right. Many have supposed that the Spaniards generally who reside in the Indies believe that the Indians proceeded from the 10 tribes who were lost. We were never lost, people. All right? That's just Esau. All right? Adding confusion where there is no confusion. All right? To keep you in darkness. All right? The tribes were never lost. All right? We're lost in the fact that we discontinued from our heritage. Now, in that manner, you could say that we're lost. And where do we read that? We read that in Jeremiah 17:4. All right? Okay, and as I like to read and quote, Proverbs 21:16. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, spiritually, mentally dead. Yeah, so in that sense, you're lost. Okay? But as far as, being lost, like on a map or something, no, we're not lost. All right? All right. So, from the 10 tribes who were lost in the time of Salmanasar, all right, king of Assyria. And again, we read that already in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, about King Salamazar, all right, king of Assyria, all right? All right, we read that. All right, let me, all right, give me, see here, let's run through some other books here, all right? There's another book here, The Other Slavery, all right? The Uncovered Story of Indian Enslavement in America by Andres Rezendes, okay? All right? Got The Hope of Israel, presumptive evidence that the Aborigines of the Western Hemisphere, talking about here in the Americas, are the descendants from the 10 missing tribes of Israel. That is by Barbara Ann Simon. Again, her name was mentioned, right? What else here we have? We have The 10 Tribes of Israel by Timothy R. Jenkins. Okay? All right? We have another book here. Jews in America, or the probabilities that the Americans are of that race. Again, talking about the Aboriginal, natives, and indigenous people, all right, are of the 10 tribes. And that's by Thomas Thorogood, okay? And again, these books go back to the 16th, 17th, 18th centuries, all right? All right, give me a minute. All right, the photograph you're looking at is from the New Westminster Dictionary of the Bible. And this is a shot of an engraving, in stone of the northern kingdom of Israelites, all right, in their Assyrian captivity. Now, do you people notice the feather bonnets on it? Well, in many other cases, you could see the same photograph, and what they did was they removed the bonnets and they removed the bows so that you wouldn't know that that was, the 10 northern tribes, the Indian tribes. You understand that? And again, that's how Esau works, all right, to try and deceive people, all right? So this is a rare photo that got through, all right? That got through the cracks, all right? Let's look at some more stuff here, all right? And I did give you the title that this photo is from the New Westminster Dictionary of the Bible, all right? There you go. There's another book here, all right, 500 Nations, Illustrated History of the North American Indians, all right? Shot there. And this is the tribe of Ephraim, all right? Known as, they're called Taínos. The name Taíno, Arawaks, all right? Taíno came from the Edomites when Columbus first came here. Then they were called around early 19th century Arawaks, then eventually Puerto Ricans, all right? All corporate names, proverb and a byword. They are the tribe of Ephraim, the head tribe of the northern kingdom of the 10 tribes, all right? Going back from the time of the split between Jeroboam, the head of it, and Rehoboam, all right? When the tribes split, the northern and the southern kingdom. You understand, people? And by the way, not all of, the tribe of Ephraim, not all of them, or Manasseh, so not all of them, came onto the Americans. But yet, because they would, Ephraim was huge, all right? one of the largest, if not the largest of the tribes. And anyway, particularly of the Northern Kingdom. So some Ephraimites and Manasseh and others stayed with the Southern Kingdom. All right? So when Jerusalem fell, some were with them, and they went with them and ran in with them into West Africa, those that ran into West Africa at the fall of Jerusalem or went into the other nations. You understand? That's why you people have to know your history, understand about the diasporas, dispersions, the fall, the split of the two kingdoms. And then you also have to understand, what do you call it? The Atlantic slave trade. Again, we were scattered again through there, all right, through the Atlantic slave trade, all right, which, as a matter of fact, we're going to get into that right now, all right. I have a book here called Black Indians, okay, and this is by William Loren Katz, who's an Edomite himself, scholar, all right. This is what we read out of page 27, all right. And Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, all right, also began the Atlantic slave trade. You see that? All right? He started by shipping 10 chained Arawak men and women to Seville, Spain, in 1498. He wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella about the business possibilities. See that? Right? From here, and in the name of the Blessed Trinity, we can send all the slaves that can be sold. When he loaded 1,100 Taino men and women aboard 4 Spanish ships, the crowding and stormy Atlantic crossing took a fearful toll. Only 300 survived, all right? But Columbus and Spain had decided to continue the profitable slave trade from the Americas. Seville became the slave capital of Spain and all of Europe. You see that, people? So there's your proof that, again, the Atlantic slave trade started with the Northern Kingdom, and particularly my people, the tribe of Ephraim, the head tribe of the 10 northern tribes. All right? So that should put a lot of people that should shut their mouths and put things to rest. All right? Now, again, there was a guy by the name of Seven Loven, a Swedish archaeologist, who in 1935, he wrote the history of Arawak, American Indians, Tainos, all right? So you see, originally we were called Tainos, right? And like I says, Seven Loven, a Swedish archaeologist, was now, sort of renaming the Tainos Arawaks, all right? Basically, he went into the history and found out, all right? But now he was giving a different name. So, they like to say, like saying American Indian, they say Ameri-Indian, all right? Okay, so you people are not confused. All right, what about some other books here? Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust, Slavery and the Rise of European Capitalism by John Henry Clark, all right, who's one of the great masters and historians of all time, all right? And he used to teach at Hunter College in New York. All right, you know what, we're going to end this here, come right back, and we're going to continue with reading out of some books and giving you some book titles. Shalom.